Did you know that over 1 billion devices worldwide run on Windows 10, yet most users barely scratch the surface of what it can do? Are you still struggling to navigate its features or unsure which edition is right for you? In this video, we'll break down everything you need to know about Windows 10, from its powerful tools like Cortana and BitLocker to choosing the perfect edition for your needs. Whether you're a casual user or a tech pro, you'll walk away with actionable tips to maximize your productivity and security. Don't just use Windows 10, master it. Keep watching to unlock its full potential. In this course, we're going to talk about the Windows 10 operating system. It arrived on July 29, 2015. And Microsoft expects it to end on October 14, 2025, for 1 year after its launch. Microsoft has allowed Windows 7 and 8 users to upgrade their operating systems to Windows 10 for free. So, you may be wondering, why do we switch from Windows 8 to 10 without having had version 9? Well, apparently, it's because of a story of version. Because if we go back further, there were Windows 95 and 98, i.e. two versions that start with a 9. And according to Microsoft's developers, this would have wasted a lot of time to avoid any confusion between the different versions. And then the CEO of Microsoft didn't have too much time for the launch of this new Windows either. And that's why, at the last moment, he decided to call it Windows 10. With this new Windows, Microsoft is adopting a whole new strategy as it regularly releases updates to its system to avoid having a new Windows. As can be seen in this table, this new operating system has been designed to have a single platform for desktops, laptops, smartphones, and the tablets. There are 4 editions of Windows 10. We have Windows 10 Home, Professional, Enterprise, and Windows 10 Education. Let's start with the Home Edition, which, as the name suggests, is aimed at the general public. Again, you can sign in directly with your Microsoft account. This will give the advantage of being able to back up your data directly in Microsoft's cloud, which is OneDrive. This edition of Windows 10 also benefits from Microsoft's antivirus, which is Windows Defender. It is from this version that you are able to talk to your PC using the Cortana tool. This avoids using the keyboard or mouse. This edition does not support advanced features such as Hyper-V, which is a virtualization tool for creating virtual machines, BitLocker, which is still an encryption tool, connecting to a domain, AppLocker for application control, and Branch Cache for bandwidth optimization. The family version is available in both 32 and 64 bits. 64-bit to support up to 128 gigabytes of RAM, and 32-bit to go up to 4 gigabytes of RAM. Now let's move on to the Professional Edition of Windows 10. In this version, we have Remote Desktop, which allows you to control your computer from anywhere, provided, of course, that you have an internet connection. It also supports BitLocker for encryption, Hyper-V for virtualization, and even the connection to a domain. However, this version does not support AppLocker for apps and Branch Cache for bandwidth. Windows 10, Education and Enterprise. For the Education and Enterprise editions, they are very similar. Both editions are distributed with a volume license key VLK. Remember, it allows you to have a single key for several workstations. In addition to having all the tools of the Pro version, these 2 editions have AppLocker, which allows the administrator to manage permissions on applications. And they also support the Branch Cache feature, which allows you to quickly access shared files, thanks to bandwidth optimization. Minimum hardware requirements for Windows 10. Now let's move on to the minimum hardware requirements to be able to install and use Windows 10, which is still very similar to Windows 8. And we start with the requirements of the processor. As with Windows 8, your computer's processor will need to support the features of PAE, NX, and SSE2. If you have forgotten what it is, I invite you to review the course on Windows 8. But basically, PAE, Physical Address Extension, allows you to expand the RAM memory up to 64 gigabytes with a 32-bit system. NX, No Execute Bit, allows you to differentiate between file types. And SS2E to improve application performance. Windows 10 hardware requirements. Then for the requirements on the hardware side, well, it's the same as on the previous version of Windows, except that for a 64-bit system, you need a storage space of 32 gigabytes instead of the minimum 20 gigabytes on Windows 8. Windows 10 feature summary. To sum up, both the Enterprise and Education editions support all advanced features such as Hyper-V, BitLocker, AppLocker, Branch Cache, and Domain Management. The Pro edition supports most of these features except AppLocker, Branch Cache. And for the Home edition, it doesn't support any of these advanced features.